Hey everybody, NWA Prepper, and you know what? We're not going anywhere, buddy.
Oh,
And Scout,
dude, I swear.
just lean over. So I don't know. We just thought we would get back outside. I guess we've been outside a lot today,
Hmm.
and so we thought we would stick our head out, sneak away from the girls for a minute.
Or the girl, I guess.
Good evening. Yeah, from the girl.
Oh,
And I'm gonna move a little bit. Hey guys,
hello.
since he's the star of the day. And we're doing good. How are you guys doing? What did you do today? We did. What did we start the day with?
Me and you, or what did I start the day with?
What did you start the day with?
I woke up and fixed a bowl of cereal.
Oh, what other than normal stuff, buddy?
I don't know.
He helped me with the Viking preparedness, Viking training task 1, which
Hey,
was I almost fell in a creek. Fortunately, there is no photographic evidence of that. And prepping in progress. And oh, good. Gardening. That's what we didn't start today.
yeah.
Back where we're gonna do our garden, which is behind you.
Behind me?
Um,
Oh,
no, behind them.
I'm sorry.
Back if you watched Scout's hammock video, our garden is back behind that, and it's just so wet that if I got the tiller out, I'd be making soup. So we didn't get to do that at all today. We're not gonna go crazy this year. Behind behind the
Yes.
attack dogs.
Yeah. Man, those things are killers, dude.
Oh, but we're not gonna go crazy. Normally they're about 25 foot. I'm gonna change. Yes, I'm actually teaching a TCCC next weekend, I think, or a similar thing for a group of folks that have asked me to do it. I modified it a little bit, but TCCC is very, very important. There's another one that I can't teach yet called Stop the Bleed. Fortunately, there's instructors all over the place that are willing to teach that class. So, but back to the garden. So we're only going to do, normally our rows are about 30 feet, and then we do 15 or 20 of them. I think we're only going to do 1 or 2 this year. He's got basketball, and I just having a bad neck thing. 5-part series, man. That's going to be some good learning. Hey.
Hey.
Well, a little bit about the TCCC training. To kind of do a real quick synopsis, it's tourniquets, pressure dressings, a little bit of airway, I guess, respiratory protection, chest seals. So that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of it. There's a little bit more to it than that, but it's chest seals and tourniquets and pressure dressings. And it's a fun training. Someone's behind us. It's a fun training, particularly when you have some hands-on props, and I have access to some mannequins and things. We're not We're not going to use chicken breasts or animals or anything like that, which I've done in the past, but not this time. And TCCC is a military designation for a trauma class, well, with particular needs, and it's pretty good. If you have never had that type of class, I would certainly do a Google search and read through a PowerPoint. Chasing Life. Some places that you can find this type of training is there's always a Red Cross. Their training is a little bit not as trauma related as TCCC. And that's where the Stop the Bleed class comes in. It's I possibly may know. But Stop the Bleed class, you can find a lot of bigger fire departments are offering it or have an instructor inside their organization. Your county Department of Emergency Management should be able to offer classes on that type of stuff, or be a good resource. And I've been to a JTX or a joint training exercise with some Texas State Militia guys in the past. I want to say it was in Missouri. That was a long time, a whole lifetime ago. So, I don't know. Yeah. Other places you can get medical training. Medical training is super important to me. Of course, there's the Scouts.
Yeah.
Their big push is Wilderness First Aid, which is a great class. It's first aid geared towards you're not going to be able to get out to a doctor right away. And so, you may be in the woods for a day or two or even longer. And so what they teach you are some skills. 11 Bravo. And some skills on that. So the cost to those classes, it depends on the organization. My county emergency management doesn't charge anything for those classes. But I'm in a pretty populated county in my state. And so they have a little bit extra resources than some counties. Yes, the militias guys usually have some really good training resources, and I've never heard of a cost of any of them other than if there is say you're getting to take something home. So if you're taking a tourniquet home, then they may charge you, $26 or $28, whatever that tourniquet costs. But usually not. Red Cross classes are kind of expensive sometimes. Patriot Nurse, now she's awesome. If you get, oh gosh, it's been a while since I've looked into it. So if you get a few people, I want to say 10, you can sponsor her to come in. You have to provide a place for her to stay with a few requirements, and then an X number of people in the class, and then you get a certain number of free spots. I have been a subscriber for Patriot Nurse for a long time, years and years, and she does really, really cool stuff. I've only been to one of her classes, and it was like a teleclass or a teleconference, so it wasn't really. I didn't get out of it as much as I could have, because I don't like to learn that way. I'm a touchy-feely guy, and so I should have just driven to Tulsa to take the class instead of just trying to watch it. Other places to get training, buddy. Become a volunteer firefighter, or a lot of places have a VAS or a volunteer ambulance service, and they'll help provide you with first responder and EMT training. Sometimes it costs, but usually not much. And, training classes are really important. And I say that, I mean, I go to training probably, at least once a week to a training class. Depends on my discipline for the day. Because I kind of cover all facets of emergency services, both fire, EMS, and law enforcement. And so between the three of them, I'm in a training class for something all the time. Enough that he gets angry sometimes because I'm gone so much.
Yeah.
It's all right. You'll get over it.
Yeah. I still get to bug you a lot.
And my primary focus right now is on fire management or fire service. That's what pays my bills. That's kind of been a career for a long time. I'm a career firefighter and a part-time police officer, and then we do fire and EMS at my fire station. Ah! I guess I could start the truck and that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in a medium-sized department, and medium to me is bigger than for a lot of people. We have about 50 members in our fire department. We have 3 stations, and I'm the guy in charge of training for everybody. Among other things, I mean, but that's one of my primary functions. And man, it's what we got to do. You're very welcome. There are people who do far greater service than I've ever done. Every day. But I do love it. Plus, it gives me a lot of time to do other things. Fire service is a great job. And of course, he's never been alive since I was on 24-hour shifts. And so I've been a day worker for as long as he can remember. And so working 7 to 4 Monday through Friday has kind of spoiled me a great deal, actually. But let's see, what else did we do today? Oh, he did his hammock video.
Yep.
We're big into hammock camping. It's super comfortable, super easy to set up camp. We keep all of our hammock stuff in a bag. Okay, I'm going to start the truck.
Hello.
Hi. Bing, ding, ding. And I don't know that it'll stay on, but we'll try. I don't know. Man, hammocks are the best.
Yeah.
He spent a good half of the day, half of the afternoon in there.
Yeah.
I actually lived and worked in South Arkansas, and for a long time, so I've kind of had to deal with some of that. Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to try to view a comment. Remember, I'm pretty new to the live stream, so. Still in front of bear. Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Bear Independent has been a big blessing to me. Way more so than just my YouTube channel. But he's helped a lot with that. He lifts me up. We pray for each other. I know if I need him, I could call him right now and he'd be here in an hour. So, or less. I've been around him long enough to know his driving task or his driving speed, so he may be here quicker than that. Man, he's a great guy. I actually just got the new Bear Independent t-shirt in, and I should have brought that and showed you guys.
Where's the net? Is it
He hasn't even seen it yet.
No.
The Boss is Tall is the name of the shirt. And on the back of it, it's got measurements for the arc in cubits. Yeah, it's a pretty cool shirt. Yeah, he does. And the great thing about him is he's really filled and overflowing with energy to take care of other people. And now mind you, he gets blessed because of that. When you obey God, you get blessings in return, and I think he's receiving them. Hey, Pennsylvania. And he, of course, he works really hard. Way harder than I do. I mean, when he gets ready for a video, he goes in, and of course, I usually have notes. Not tonight. I guess we just ran up to the truck tonight.
Yeah.
But he goes in and he studies and he's prepared. And if he doesn't know something, then he tries to learn it. And the best thing is when he learns it, he practices it. And that just makes him better at everything he's doing. Let's see. Got a big meeting tomorrow with some preparedness group folks from around the region. I'll try to do better. It's because I started the truck. I'm sorry about the volume. Well, my group is different, and it's not about the thumbs up. I'm loving the fellowship. So my group's a little bit different because my mag group is, for me, it's relatively strong, but read my lips.
Yep.
But the great thing is there's several groups, and so our circles overlap so much that, I mean, I could make 10 phone calls and I'd get 10 people from 10 different mag groups that would be here in 30 minutes or an hour. So let's see. Somebody was talking about the other day how to get, and I know get groups started and things like that. One of the resources that I found that I've used quite a bit is I am no longer in the militia. That was a long time ago. Not against them, I'm just not in one. Is a website called meetup.com, and where I'm at, I did one for my area name and just typed in preppers, and I got a group that was meeting at the library, and fell right into them, and that was great. They've changed their name, I think, to Self-Reliance or Homesteading Stuff, and I'm kind of going back a little bit to a comment about what's the difference, and I'm assuming you mean between my preparedness groups and the militia. It's the mission is different. The mission of the militia is to go out and help the community, and then everyone's going to read into that differently. Yes, no, it's not against anyone. It's to go assist the community.
Hey, can I say something?
And sure, buddy.
Thank you, Shiloh, for your service, dude. So.
And whereas my preparedness group is here to support each other and kind of a more local thing, but in my preparedness group, part of what we do is we know and we have connections, so that when our local militia is coming through, they're not equipped for more than a couple days. So they're going to need resupply, they're going to need food, they're going to need medical care, and that's part of what we do is we're prepared to support their mission. I say almost everyone in my mag group has trained and been with different militia style groups over the years. It's just as we've aged and changed, and I guess the new prepper movement has kind of molded and created itself. We've decided that's a better service for us. In the old days, it would have just been a militia support group or a logistical wing, and that's basically what we are. We don't fall in line with that, but I don't know. It is. I love it. Juice, I agree. I think more people should learn about it, but unfortunately, in my experience, there's still been a couple people, and I'm talking about a sliver of the militia movement that's just too much for me, and so that kind of pushed me away from the front line and more towards the support role. Arkansas Defense Force, I was actually a founding member of them, and then a couple more local. How do I evaluate who I trust? That's really hard. Time's the only way you can tell that. I meet people online and I communicate just like we're doing. Don't think for a second I'm not evaluating who I can connect with and who I want to reach out to. I don't disagree with that statement at all. And yes, you got to earn trust, and people have to earn my trust, and I have to earn theirs, and that only happens just like with you and your friends. That just takes time.
Yeah.
You have to go through experiences and go through things together and learn either this person is a pile of garbage or this person is someone I can depend on. And 9 out of 10 times they're not people that I want to depend his life on. And so it takes a lot of time. I bet for every one person that we've even thought of asking into our inner circle, there's been 10 or 12 that never made the cut. And the way I look at it is, I have to be comfortable knowing that I can say, hey, there's my son, there's my wife, there's my daughter, there's my children, there's my dog. I gotta go. I have a mission to do. I've got to go do something, and know they're safe. And only then, when I start to feel that way, do I start to encourage them and try to step the relationship up more from an acquaintance or a basic friendship into more. Chasing life, I don't believe any area doesn't have any groups. I think they may just be different, with a different focus. And so sometimes when you go out on a limb and you go to a gardening group, then that gardening group may actually end up being a food preparedness group, and and it goes well for there. Yeah. Very true, sheepdog. Yeah. Most groups are really quiet and tight knit, and that's okay. That is certainly not a bad thing, because we've got to take care of our family. Red Dog, actually, the reason I waited to come online until sunset-ish is so I didn't try to mess with anyone. let's see.
What are we seeing?
Stop it, you turkey. Anyway, man, there's lots to talk about. I hope you guys like kind of where the channel's going. It's, of course, if you don't already can't tell, which I'm sure you guys can, particularly turkey. If you're following it all, then you know that, like, when I do a video, I usually do 2 or 3, except my morning runs or my afternoon runs. Those are what's on my heart right then, and I want to share it with you. And I know some people don't like my driving videos, and that's okay. I encourage the feedback still, but that's the time that I have that I can devote just to the channel. So I do that. So I've filmed several videos ahead, and I schedule them. I don't schedule the Patreon videos. Yeah, that's wonderful. There's some things on TV that I don't like him doing. And Sheepdog, I agree. There are some groups that lean towards way too much towards, I say, the militant side. I'm certainly not against military structure and chain of command, and that I love that. I think that's a strength. But there's so much more to being prepared than guns. I like guns.
Yeah.
I train with guns. I know I'm a big boy, but I probably do more running and gunning and rolling than a lot of people. I'm blessed to have those resources available. I can either go to the work range, or I've got a good friend who totally built a quarry type website just for a quarry type place, just so we can have moving targets and we can do lateral movements and crawl around, and that's wonderful. That's one piece of the pie. I like that. I mean, it's got to be a total package. And it's got to be a total package. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I got to look. Hold on. Ah! That was the wrong button.
There we go.
Can I plug my website? I'll mention it. But that's not terribly important to me. I have a small website. It's adventurefrontier.com. I put some things up there. So he doesn't know who NWA is. because when he YouTubes it, his YouTube won't let him look at those videos. So yes, absolutely. And thank you. It's it's a rap group that they're all gangsters, just mean killer type guys. So yeah, and I actually ran into that, which most of you haven't been around for the logo shift. When I started looking for a logo, originally the main logo was just NWA, and Prepper was real tiny. And I had, because I don't listen to that kind of music. I never have. And so I had a friend go, "You cannot do that. You have to change your logo." Well, it turns out he's a graphic artist. I'm talking about Mr. Wiley.
Oh, yeah.
He's a graphic artist, and he said, "Look, just give me some time. I'll create you a logo." And he did well. I love my logo. I love it. I love it. And I don't know if you guys can see this very well, So one of my friends, I'm big into scouting, and I know that light's wrong. He etched. This is sandblasted into this cup. And
I was trying to feel for a sticker and I couldn't feel it.
No, it's not a sticker.
Oh my gosh.
So he got this cup for me, and I'm so blessed. Particularly what's funny, and yeah, that's right. No, you don't even know anything about that.
All right.
So I got my logo and I started giving away cups. And of course, this one he got me is an expensive cup, and I can't do that. When I do my $20 preps, often I have to sneak that out of other places in the budget. And so when I give somebody a cup, I sell my cups too and all that, but when I do that, it's totally out of my heart, because it's a sacrifice. And when I give somebody a cup, that means I didn't eat lunch. When I mail out a few stickers, that cost me $2 a piece. That means I don't do something. Of course, I don't drink coffee. Bobby, if you want to email me at travis@adventurefrontier.com. I know a local guy who I really love, but then I also know an online service that if you're a little patient, they do pretty good too. But I don't remember what it's called, so I have to look in my notebook. Yes, I got an email to JS. I sent a bunch out. I got only 4 people asked for stickers. And so I mailed out 3 the other day, and then I got 1 email today. And but the others should be there Monday. I put them in the mail, along with Set Apart Homestead's prize package. What day is it?
Saturday.
Yesterday. I sent them in the mail yesterday. And so the tracking number means the stickers and stuff that I mailed out should be there Monday. And my boss just laughs at me.
Yeah, no, I just thought, like, why are you asking me the concussed kid? Like, why? What day it is?
Oh, because I wanted to know.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't think of it either. I just...
Oh, well, let's see. Man, it's been awesome. There's been 15 to 20 of us in here, and that's a blessing. I'm really new to live streams. Oh, don't do that. Chasing Life. Don't be chicken to make a video for the challenge. I love challenges. Buck Run 11 is a video or a creator that I used to watch. I still do. He just doesn't do a whole lot of videos lately. And he used to do a monthly challenge. And it was back when I was really shy and I was scared. And he's also the reason that I got stickers, is because he had, and get that little cardboard envelope out there. And my first video response to him was 14 seconds long. It was go out and
that's cool.
and shoot a target. 14 seconds. And since then, video responses are really easy. You take the task that you're given, you can focus on it. You don't have to create content, and then and then you just focus on what the task is. And I really like it. Back to Buck Run 11's channel. Excuse me. So this was my very first logo. And I don't think that's backwards, but if it is, It was pretty lame. I know. Well, I haven't quite decided what the next one was, but
Alright.
okay, put those away. So I haven't decided what the next challenge will be. I usually wait a month between them, and that gives me time to gather. I mean, like this last month, the SOG knife that I gave away, it took me some time to rat hole enough money away to do that, because I don't use, well, I won't lie, it didn't take me as long as I thought, because I used Patreon money to pay for this month's prizes, which is why I could give away a $60 SOG knife. Anyway. But video responses are fun. They can be really short. On one of the videos from this time was like 1 minute and 50 seconds, and they did a great job. They talked about their first aid kit real short and sweet, and it was awesome. And as a creator, as a YouTube creator, you guys being in here talking to me is a huge blessing. It makes my whole day. But when you do a video response, man, you want to talk about that. Uh-oh, you're in trouble. That looks like,
Oh no, it's
no, not Grandma. It's just a huge logo of appreciation, or lifting you up. Go, look, I appreciate your content so much. I gave of my time, not just to watch you and not just to comment, but to do this, to answer your challenge. And that's why I try to make the prizes special. Right? I mean, a logo sticker is just a sticker. It's a little more to me because it's my logo. But I just try to make it special because it means so much to me. Thank you. I do try. And of course, hey Colton, a lot of people know that my channel is inspired a lot by Bear Independent and Viking Preparedness, Set Apart Homestead. My email address is travis@adventurefrontier.com. Or you can go to nwaprepper.com, and there's a link at the bottom where you can email me straight from nwaprepper.com. And that website is totally a website of links. At the top, it's got, links to YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Patreon and my website and my blog, which I haven't blogged for a while.
I didn't know you had a blog.
I do. I have a blog. But, uh-oh. Was that Grandma?
Where?
I don't know. Absolutely. And anytime you guys want or have a question or a problem, I like feedback. Feedback is a gift. I say it all the time. I teach classes in communication and managing conflict on a national leadership course. And I truly love those those comments. Feedback is great. I got distracted by Bear and Homie. I was talking about channels. So Set Apart Homestead. Remember his question, buddy. Gordy on the APN. I like him. The APN. I know I'm missing Buzzard. Buzzard Roost, maybe. I just watched one of his videos. He did a great video. There's about 10 channels that I look so much forward to their content, because even if it's something I've already heard, then I bounce off that. I'll start talking about that, and then all of a sudden I'm over here, and smacking my son around. So I'm going to go to a question, and who?
Any advice on the road truck driver?
David Snow was asked any advice on over-the-road truck driver. I don't know a lot about that, other than one of the guys I talk about all the time is an OTR driver, and he, for what he does for his preparedness, is he has thank you, Josh, is he has a pretty significant Go tub. He bought a tub with wheels that he's got in there, and of course he lives out of that tub a lot of the time because it's in his truck. And he has some special things, like he focuses a lot on communication equipment, and then he just tries to watch where he goes, and he communicates with his family. He's part of a network. Thank you. That's certainly more than I deserve. But he's part of a network, so when he's traveling, he's just kind of bumped into some truckers that are like-minded, or he's met them online, and he's like, hey, I'm coming through the area, and they've bought each other a cup of coffee. I know Viking Preparedness is working on and does a lot of bigger national things where you can search, through the comments and go, okay, I'm based out of Alabama, and these are some groups that meet in Alabama, and just network. Be prepared in your truck. I know firearms is sometimes a little sketchy. I know some companies that are totally fine with you carrying, others that aren't. And I certainly can't tell you that if they're not fine with you carrying, to find another company. But if they're not fine with you carrying, I would certainly look for ways to either bend the rules or find another place. Not that firearms are the end all. They're certainly not. Situational awareness and staying out of trouble is way better than needing to defend yourself. That's what I focus with him, is if you can pay attention to something and avoid trouble, it's way better than getting involved. And that's got to be hard, because I'm sure you deliver to some of the crappiest places in the country. Those places we drive by and we're like, oh, lock the door.
Yeah.
Dallas. We took a wrong turn in Dallas one time. We were going, where were we going? Oh, to Houston, to the Space Center. We took a wrong turn.
Dude.
And I am telling you,
it went from
it was scary.
Yeah, it was
and we were in a little bitty car.
Yeah, it was like a really big city to just completely destroyed houses.
It looked like a bomb had went off.
Dude. I thought we were about to get jumped by some mutant zombie lizards.
Mutant zombie lizards.
Pretty much. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh no, it's 20 after.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how we got on that. Oh, trucking.
Yeah.
Just be as prepared as you can. I would certainly make sure. I would certainly make sure you had a couple ways to purify water, and because backpacks are great if you can carry them, but some kind of a tub that you can set in there, Detroit, in there that has wheels. I really like those, or a wagon, a folding wagon. Oh, see the mail. I'm a postmaster and a postal inspector's kid, so man, I totally understand that. That would be rough.
Yeah, man, those zombie lizards will
I would. I would certainly check into seeing if they allowed you to carry. I'm not a big pepper spray person, but it's certainly better than no defense at all. And then Are you in a single cab truck, or do you have a truck with a sleeper? Is my next question. So I guess what's the route? Because that certainly makes a difference in what amount you could carry. Certainly focus on 3 days, and make sure you meet as many people as you can. Yeah, the chemical sprays, or the bear sprays, or the pepper sprays, are they're fine. I like the bear sprays better because they have the fire extinguisher handle on them.
A big knife.
Big knives are, I mean, they're important, but the problem that I have with the big knives is that means I have to get closer. So that's my tertiary defense. The little cans of pepper spray that are, just the little spider punch are good. The problem I have with those is wind. If you're spraying into the wind, that some of that may get back on you, and so that's why I like the bigger cans better. There's some that you drink that whole thing.
Yeah.
That are this big and have a T handle on them, or a handle with a trigger or a button. But
Mutant lizard spray.
see, now you've taken over the conversation, Scout.
I'm sorry.
Edge weapons are great. I carry 2 knives all the time. I'm in gym shorts right now, and I have 2 on me right now. But I think I have to get close for those, and I don't have the type of training yet that I'm comfortable. That's right. That I'm comfortable engaging a target or not being a victim. But the thing with any weapon, whether it's pepper spray, a knife, a club, a gun, if you're carrying a club, you're going to get hit a little bit. If you're carrying a knife, you're going to get cut a little bit. You just have to be prepared that whatever level in your defense is, you're going to get that same type of injury. Hopefully you can be 1 tier above whatever the threat is, but like we're talking about here in the truck, that's going to be really hard. But I would for sure look at the folding wagons. Training is out. Exactly. Whatever you're carrying, be it a big rock, go learn and train and practice. And if it's been 2 years or 5 years since your last practice or training, it's time to go again. You can't train enough. Of all of the cool stuff, all the prep stuff you can get, can all be lost with one tornado, or one structure fire, or one car wreck. Your skills can't be taken from you until medical conditions change. When you get older, things complicate things. There was something. Yeah, David, I would look at a folding cloth. They're cloth with big wheels. And they fold flat, so you could stuff it in a lot of places or under stuff. And that way, if you needed to get out of the truck, even if it's just shifting from the truck to the house or from truck to truck, then that would make that easier, not look terribly out of place, and allow you to be prepared if you've got to hoof it somewhere to get to safety. Well, it is 8:26, and just because I always tell people the temperature, it's 54 degrees. And we are going to go in because someone's bedtime is at 8:30. Yeah, I think they're called beach wagons, actually. If it was daylight, I would send him to the shed. Because we have 2 of them. We have 3 of them. 2 red ones and a blue one.
No, we have 2 blue. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter.
But well, guys, I can't thank you enough for the support, the encouragement, You lift me up every day. You make me want to do better things. You make me want to learn. Just today, I've spent an hour more in a book than I ever would have, studying something new. I got out. We went from our house. We did this challenge, and we went from the house, and I got water, and we came back, and we built a fire. I didn't build a fire. He built a fire, and we boiled water, and we used some stuff out of our bug out bags. Do something every day. It's important. And I haven't seen Canadian Prepper stuff in a long time. Anyway, he's got 3 minutes, and every night I know he's a big kid, but I still go in his room and we talk to God and we go to bed. So, all right. Thank you guys so much.